Hey guys, Ben with KCT here, back for another video for you guys. And, well, I didn't think I was going to do this. I really didn't. So, if you know me, you know that I like, good options that are, value minded, but not really like into like the bullshit, like, super cheap things. Well, guess what? NC Star, of all people, started making stuff that I was interested in at least looking at. Now, NC Star makes the most bottom basement booty, just trash. Like, I just don't even know. Like, and not even airsoft stuff. Like, their scopes are just garbage. All this shit sucks. Like, I've never seen an NC Star part that worked. Like, or worked longer than a few days going out to play airsoft or whatever. Yes, Travis Haley said airsoft's cool. So did Lucas Bodkin. So we can talk about it, guys. They've reorganized, or they have a division of their company called Vism, which, I mean, like, that sounds like something that maybe is a residue of some variety. I don't know. But I went shopping around for a front side post cutout handguard. And I kept seeing on Combat Hunting, of all places, and I think it's just like a clearinghouse for NC Star, because I think the shipping label actually said NC Star on it. But they have a ton of their stuff, mostly all their stuff. And it was like, God, I ordered that in a grip, and with shipping, it was like maybe $100. So this rail was like, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks. And so, again, it's kind of hard to see with the light there, but little front sight post cut out rail with the Voltor stock on there. Maybe like a one touch for some sweet 22 action. It really kind of has a little bit of GWAT classic feel to it. So let's talk about what it is, what it isn't, and what I think. And, well, should you buy one or not? So first of all, understand that this is not a free float. This is kind of like a weird combination. And before we go into this, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Guys, put anything in the comments. Just one thing. Just one thing. Put anything in there, because I want to see what happens. So, you can see here, little Vism right there, showing you a little mark of shame. So, it doesn't quite attach to the front sight post. It goes into the guard there, but it doesn't quite. It's really weird. So what it does is there's 6 bolts here, here, and here that attach it. So your first thing is you're going to get it into the delta ring, just like a normal 2-piece handguard. Clip it in there, and it's good to go. And then when you scissor it together, I guess, you actually end up by closing it and like attaching it firmly. So like you can see here, like, there's no, and the rattly bits are the TDI grip, but there's like no wobble in this at all. This is just as stable as any free float that I've ever used. But again, it is supposedly not a free float. So your mileage may vary. I mean, I already had the gun, and it was using a like 7-inch carbine handguard, and, well, I was hungering for more. I've always kind of liked that long rail system, but I mean, you gotta take the plunge sometime. So let's look at a couple quirks. Number one, because of the way that it mounts up, you do have a continuous top rail, which is kind of cool. Because of the way that it mounts up, they made a cutout for your sling swivel, which, like every other American male that likes women, I just cut it off. The sling, that is. Sling swivel. Boop. As soon as I got the gun years ago, or built it. So, I did go ahead and, let's see that there. Right there. Went ahead and dremeled out the sling ears, because when I hold it, that's right where one of my fingers wants to go. Right? And so if those are sticking out, they're attached to the gas block, and the gas block is hot. Now, the other part is this gun as a bayonet lug. And they made a hole for that. This is very, very ouchy hot when you get to shooting because it is the ass end bottom part of the gas block. So what I had done originally is take a rail section and bridge it over the entire bottom part so I wouldn't have to deal with that. Right now, it's recessed enough that as long as I'm careful, I don't think that I really have to worry about it. And then, of course, on this side, basically just put a section of pick rail with a little ladder rail cover so that, go ahead and put my thumb there and not worry about catching on fire. Pressure switch for that sweet, sweet primary arms light. And of course, I like the fact that this Swamp Fox optic has the donut of death, which actually nestles right in between that front sight post and is super, super sexy. So, you may see some more of my super sexy cut down rail covers. There's a video on that one, link in the description. Again, I attached the Boxer Tactical. They've kind of split into two different companies. It's really weird, but they're awesome. So their sling is awesome. So I use it on a lot of test guns. And then of course there's a couple different ways that you can hold this. So obviously you have your standard hold there, and then if you want to go out further, they say I put the mounting block for the flashlight to the point where my thumb cannot come back to contact that front sight post. And then of course there's this piece here for my hand to lay on, and so I need to extend. I can go ahead and do that without worrying about touching that front sight post, because I've seen people like, oh yeah, we'll play airsoft, it's not a big deal, and they'll hook their finger on the front sight post after shooting the real one. I've done it once. It is a mistake you make exactly once. The screams are incredible. So there's one other quirk that we need to be aware of, and it's kind of interesting. I'll show you. So here's the big quirk. See these tabs? They run, well, there's 6 of them where the bolts go, because that's where the bolts go. So here, here, and here. So what that means is your inner diameter of this handguard is not your inner diameter on the handguard. As you can see here, focus there, this takes up almost everything except for the barrel. As you can see there, once we focus in. So there's not a whole lot of clearance. Now, is that a bad thing? I don't know. That depends on what you want to do with it. For me, what I wanted to do, and curse me for trying, was put it on this little bad rascal and have it come over the suppressor, or fast forwarding device, shut up. So that this was almost flush with the end. Now, on a real one of these where there's not tabs and bolts on the middle, that would have worked. However, it's not. So that sucked, and I really thought it would look very, very cool on there. So you can see how that would have looked. I mean, come on. You want to be a baller? Shot caller? 20-inch blades on the Impala? I mean, right to the end. Just sexy. But there's always a but. It just was not to be. So be aware of that. It is very, very hard to find anything on these handguards in terms of what their inner diameter is. Their overall length is like a 13.25. I actually had to look on an airsoft site to see like the Mad Bull clone of this to get the inner diameter. And of course, once I got it, even though it looked like it would fit, it just wouldn't, because it wouldn't there. Now, if the barrel would stop there and I mount it's like a 14.5, that might work. But 14.5s are just for pussies and guys my dad's age, so fuck them. But yeah, there we go on that. So what do I think? I mean, first of all, the gun was like sub 6 pounds before I did all this. Still not too bad, but definitely heading back into the chonk area. But I really, really, really like it. Like I said, it was maybe-ish 5-ish pounds gun. And I mean, This also, guys, to kind of bring full circle, is a 10-minute install. My wife said, you have 10 minutes before you have to be upstairs. I'm still married, so I can prove it. Literally pull the handguards off, put these on, 6 bolts, you're done. And it is 7-sided Mlok. So, of course, you have your Picatinny on top, and then 7-sided Mlok. And, of course, some of them are like offset, because that's just a cool way to do things. Yeah, no, I really, really like it. I don't like the fact that my one light gun is now not my light gun, but oh well, fuck it. I guess I should do more push-ups or something, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, we're going to have to go out and run it a lot more, but so far, I'm pretty intrigued by it. Again, I will have to make sure that I'm not lighting myself on fire. Obviously, you guys can see the way that the cables are run. And this is the Strike Industries booty band, or CMR sleeve, whatever it is. And I just basically put a Magpul Mlok, or sorry, pick rail hand stop in there so that I could press my thumb up against there instead of grab it onto that hot front sight. So, guys, what do I think about this overall? I think that if you are in the market for an FSP cutout rail, and you don't want to do like the weird ones where you have to like put the barrel on, and then the front sight has to like slide up underneath, and then there's a super spinny dial. You spin the dial, then the thing turns, then the taper pins, and all sorts of shit. If you want something that's pretty much plug and play, drop and go in 10-15 minutes, I think this is actually pretty good. The construction on it is really, really nice. The edges are very smooth, and remember this bottom one's not okay. They did give you 2 sections of pick rail, and I think I have neither on the gun because they're just weird. Yeah. No, is it? No. I don't fucking know. Anyways, so they have the same weird, like, grippy nut thing as the KPM. This thing here. Woo. Which, you have to almost like hammer it in and then slide it forward or backwards. It's weird. I've never seen any, like, Mlok stuff do that where you like push it in and then like move it forward. God damn it. Anyways, it's just a weird system. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. The Corsair metal, the finishing on those rail sections is not anywhere near as good as the finish here. They are kind of gritty and the edges are kind of sharp. I know, suck it up. But just for your information, that's how it works. So, guys, yeah, I would think that if you were interested in something like this and you find it for $40-50, I would not pay $120 at all for it. But $40-50, $60, sure, absolutely. If that is something that you are looking for. If you're not looking for it, there are better rails out there by the dozen, and I would encourage you to buy them as opposed to any NC Star or Vism product. They have body armor. These guys sell body armor now? Like, what the fuck, dude? I can't even trust you guys to make, like, a good 4X scope, and you're over here wanting to, like, stop bullets and shit. So, that's a pass. A hard pass for me. So, guys, like and comment, share, and subscribe. Let people know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about it. And, yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one, and we'll have some more info for you. That's all I got. Have a great rest of your day. Play!